name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I was woken up at 6:45 this morning by kids banging and running across my ceiling. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 7:33 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday the 16th of June.
And Alexa, what's the weather?
Right now in Rochester, it's 14 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast is partly sunny weather, with a high of 26 degrees and a low of 14 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Last night I dreamt I was swimming in Orange Pond. When I woke up, I realized it was just a fantasy.
Fantasy. I know what you mean, waking up and realising that it was just a fantasy. I have a dream like that every night. This fantastic dream, I'm on holiday, right? And I'm sunbathing, I've got all these handsome men near me, and then I wake up and find them in the same fucking situation with kids fucking yelling and builders going past my balcony going, ugh. So, you know, I know all about that, wishing that everything was a fantasy. You lived in a fantasy. So, guys, I woke up this morning. I tried to mask the noise with the radio, and the first thing that, what's his name? Sorry, Nick Ferrari on LBC said it wasn't beneficial. Something wasn't beneficial. Now on the court papers and letters I got when they took my son away, and Ben was my mother, Jennifer's mental health worker. I at that time had no mental health work because I wasn't mentally ill. I didn't have any workers. I fled where I was because the flats were full of junkies and drug addicts, and I was scared. Living where I was living, they were all junkies. They were growing cannabis plants and in their flats, and the flat underneath me got caught growing cannabis plants. I had a letter through my door telling me from the police. Drugs. So, beneficial used to upset my mum, anything with Ben in it, because she gets all wound up if you talk about Ben, because she got rid of Ben because he was being too over-familiar, she said. She said he was trying to become too friendly and treat her more than a patient. I wasn't down in Kent in 2008 and previous to that, so I never met this Ben. I don't know what he did to my mother, but he upset her tremendously. So I woke up with Nick Ferrari on LBC talking about something that was not beneficial. I'm not Jennifer, I'm Crystal Genestra. So when they wrote letters saying that it wasn't beneficial for me to have my son Anthony back, it was aimed at my mum. Now Anthony is a grandson to my mum Jennifer. Anthony is not Jennifer's child. I'm Anthony's mother. You see, when me and Derek and Jennifer lived at Victoria Road, people used to wind my mum up. Ben was an Asian, he was an Indian man, an Indian nurse, and I'm getting bombarded on dating sites from Indian men talking to me, and nothing comes of it because they don't exist. They're trying to upset my mum. That's why they never meet. These people don't exist. My mum doesn't want to see me, her daughter, until Sunday. And I expect I'll get her a phone call from Jennifer this morning. Tonight was pretty much keep fit, and my DVD player works a treat. It works lovely. So I was watching In Her Shoes last night with Cameron Diaz in it, and I was watching something else. I was watching Hangover. I loved that film, the Hangover films, Hangover 2 and Hangover 3, about these guys that get, their mate puts roofies, the date rape drug, into their drink, and then they wake up the next morning and they don't know what the fucking hell they've done. You know? The date rape drug roofie. So I was watching that with all the noise going on outside, the kids and the shit going on upstairs, just sat on the sofa watching a DVD by myself. Because this isn't a comedy film set, this isn't a soap opera set, it's not a porn set, it's my life, right? And shortly afterwards, I watched that film that's got Bradley Cooper in. Something appeared on YouTube about Bradley Cooper whilst I was watching that film in my flat with Bradley Cooper in it. And that made me feel, it sent shivers down my spine. Is somebody actually watching me in my flat, watching a Bradley Cooper film? Sat there in my shorts, watching a Bradley Cooper film, and then something appears. Isn't that a coincidence and uncanny? Actually sent shivers back down my spine, and I went to bed early because I felt like I was being watched. And why would someone want to watch a middle-aged lady? Don't get me wrong, I didn't say I was being watched. I'm not hearing and seeing things. I said it felt like I was being watched. It was a bit creepy. And I went to bed early because that put me off. Now, how am I supposed to have a relationship with a member of the opposite sex? And I'm a woman, so I'm looking for a man, when I'm feeling that I'm being watched in my own home and listened to. But don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not seeing things and I'm not hearing things, I'm just speculating. That is my flat bugged? And we all know that certain celebrities have had their phones hacked, and they feel they're being watched as well. And so did Princess Diana speculate that she thought her home was bugged and people were listening in to private conversations. And don't forget that all those private tapes come out, so people do listen. But I'm just an ordinary member of the public. So why on earth would somebody want to listen to me? I'm going to go off and do some balloon videos. But, you know, the names on some of this paperwork I'm getting are absolutely unbelievable. The court paperwork that was used to take away my son has my name spelt wrongly. They said that I locked my father Derek in the bedroom cupboard. The police did. And even my dad said that's a load of bollocks because he's a 6 father into a cupboard and lock him in it. I mean, I can't do anything about it now.